I did say hold on.
You did.
Oh, we're streaming.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be going live yet.
Okay.
But here we are. Hi,
I'm
guys.
not ready.
Welcome.
I said hold
Yeah.
on for a reason.
How are you all doing this evening?
No one listen to me.
I don't know, Milo, but yeah, no, it's okay. So we're gonna talk at people. Hello. We are ahead of schedule and behind schedule all at the same time because time is a weird soup and an illusion made up by the government to get more money.
I could switch to the starting thing because that's what I
You probably could. We're fine. We're fine. We have no professionalism.
Hi.
We might be
Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Figment Collective. Well, we will be playing a modified version of Changeling the Lost tonight. All right, Az, who you playing tonight?
I will be playing Zigzag, the definitely traumatized gremlin who almost did some bad things, definitely has done some bad things, and is trying to do better.
3LC, who you playing?
Hey everyone, I'm 3LC, and I'm playing Sim, the Fire Elemental Artist. See what gets burned up tonight.
Avery, who you playing?
He's so disappointed.
We got no audio.
Your headset, baby.
Oh no, it just died.
Oh no. All right. This is my fault somehow. All right, Keenan, real quick, why don't you say who you are and we'll circle back.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Keenan, also known as Your Favorite Kindred. I'll be playing a very good boy named Will, who's been through way too much on this trip to the Black Castle. Oh dear. How long should I keep talking for, Sam?
Avery, say something.
Stop.
Am I real?
You're good. Yeah. You're real now. All right, Avery. Who
wow.
Are you
I can come prove it if you want.
Hello. I'm Avery, and I will be playing the ogre Cyclopean Rufus and his faithful Hobkin Sir Reginald.
I forget Gregory or Old Greg. Sorry.
Oh yes, Old Greg.
Hey now. I'm Milo, and I will be playing everybody else because I am the storyteller for our modified version of Changeling the Lost. And by modified, I do mean it is heavily modified. So if you see something that is wrong, no, it is not. I made it up. And disclaimer, though one of these disclaimers usually for something that's not going to be occurring during the game, but we'll say it anyways. One, this is an 18+ stream, so if you're not 18, then you're 12. Please go ahead and see yourselves out. This is not the stream for you. And two, we do not give advice on this channel. Please do not do any of the things that these characters do or that are suggested by them. It is dangerous. This is make-believe time. And what happened last time...
Don't see us.
It's a disclaimer for a reason. If you choose not to listen to us, that's your fault. We told you not to.
Exactly. You can't sue us.
We have no money. That's why. You're not getting anything out of it but making other people sad. So, like, find something that makes you happy. Anyway.
So, last time, the Motley went to go retrieve the hedge wand. They found where it was located within the gardens under the twilight blooms and discovered that the soil there was dangerous to the touch. However, with Rufus basically barreling through, muscling down, lifting up the skeleton that was contained within inside, they managed to retrieve the hedge wand by violently pulling Will through the person that formed. And then they left. Yeah. It hurts my feelings. Anyways, and then after destroying the creature that was guarding it, basically, they returned, walked out, hurt to some extent, tired, hungry for glamour, and made their way back to where the little house thing that they found was they did so quickly, but also keeping an eye out due to the fact that night was coming, and nights in the hedge are dangerous, maybe a little more so than day, because day is still dangerous within the hedge. And we ended with everybody playing Tetris to get back to sleep. Is there anything you guys wanted to discuss before finally shuffling off to bed?
I think the main thing we want to potentially cover is the fact that we're going back through the Lonely Swamp. The Every Which Way map is giving us, just as a gentle reminder to everyone in the Motley, a fast route back, so not necessarily the safest route. It's going through the Wildwoods, the Tilted Necropolis. It's approximated to be about a day and a half travel.
If I remember right, Zigzag had almost done the thing with the hedge wand. That sounds bad without context. So Zigzag is
Covering.
Everyone has been talking to Zigzag about how it doesn't matter what happened in the past, and that everyone's done things they're not proud of, and that everyone's still motley, even without the pledge, even without, even with the things that the sins have been erased, basically. You've met, and that's what matters.
Yeah. It's very sweet.
Sim is hoping some food will cheer Zigzag up, at the very least, when we get to that.
Meg made soup, of which she, of course, waited until everybody had eaten some before she consumed. But she did pass that out to everybody, including a small, thimble full of water and a tiny teacup to Reginald.
Good soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Does anybody know if the rainbow trees are in the Wildwoods?
That's a really good question. Don't know.
Anybody who wants to know the exact location of those, please go ahead and make me an occult and weird roll.
I can do that.
We getting weird up in here. Three plus basic maths. 3 plus 5?
Let me see how much gold. Nope, I refill the timer. I eat fruit.
Yeah, that's right. Don't judge me, Mal. Oh no.
Let's see how
Hey.
we're done. Let's see.
I got 4 successes for Rufus.
6.
I got 7 with a messy.
7 with a messy.
Oh dear God.
I got 6
All
with
right.
a crit, but not messy.
Go ahead and roll me, or tell me if you're acting on your vice or one of your derangements.
We hearing hallucinations again?
Yep. Let's hear some things. Auditory hallucinations is
Good.
top of the list. Anxiety is just consistent.
Zigzag. You know that this is not the location of the rainbow trees. Well, they're not exactly easy to get to. They're definitely not in the Wildwood. The Wildwood, basically because you're kind of focusing on what you've heard through the Goblin Market, through stories told by hobgoblins and other changeling, is that the Wildwoods are fairly perilous. And well, there are tokens and trifles and like goblin fruit that exist within there. It's nothing like the rainbow trees, the rainbow roots. Now those trees, grow in what is called the rainbow forest, because the trees themselves are multicolored. And the roots are what gives the pigmentation. So you have to, once reaching the rainbow forest, you have to dig down and fucking cut the roots.
So yeah, Zigzag is
rainbow trees, rainbow forest. It's the roots.
And they kind of keep stopping and kind of tilting their head.
You hear the sound of a songbird. The tune is sad. It starts to bleed into the murmuring of voices having a soft conversation that no matter how hard you listen to, doesn't change. It doesn't get any louder. You can't make out any words. It's just the murmurings of voices talking to each other.
Zigzag look like they're visibly focusing on this or disturbed by this.
They focus when it comes to that.
Focus?
Where it's...
Yeah, no, we need to dig down to the roots. That's where the colors come from.
Is that good? Hey.
Yeah, what?
We're losing track of you, bud.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm here. It's really hard to hear, and I get why people don't like the mumbling, because it's better when it's clear, and it's so sad.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm here. We're here.
Okay. This happened before, so let's keep you talking. Keep you. Do we have any of Did we actually still have any of milk or honey or anything like milk and honey with anything like that?
Oh yeah, I got some in my bag still. It's Greg. Hold on. Move and just
we're gonna take up old Greg.
I deserve
him
to sit.
No, you can still sit, buddy. I need to get in the bag. I don't want to jostle you with your bones.
All my bones. I have so many bones. How dare you doubt me?
I didn't say I doubted you. I said that your bones.
You took a tone with me, you youngin'.
I'm older than you. And anyway, here. We'll just...
My age is like a dog's. 20 years is a long time for my kin.
Greg, settle down.
You're sure about that?
Hey! He's sensitive. Okay, he's sensitive.
Ooh, but...
Just we're gonna put the moss beard back on a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Would you like some tea, Greg? I know you've been working hard. Does anybody want some tea?
Tea would be good. I was gonna check in with Will. How's Will doing? Yeah.
Oh, Will, do you want me to breathe on you some more? Are you doing okay? Because I know you had to run pretty fast.
It's fine. It's been a hell of a day. You can breathe on me. I'd love some tea. I think.
Will, do you want to talk about it at all?
Yeah, we can.
Seriously,
I can breathe.
We're all in
on
here packed like Tetris pizzas. We can talk about this.
Is this what slumber parties are like?
Not that I know of.
Kind
I
of.
don't remember.
I'm gonna say this is a slumber party.
I thought there was
Me
more
either.
colors involved, to be honest, but I could be mistaken.
Look, what? It depends on whose house you're at. Because some people, you know what? Never mind. Meg just kind of quiets down.
Zigzag is pinpointed on Meg. Just
no. Sometimes my friends.
Has Meg had a sleepover at Swag's house? I'm just kidding.
Jesus
I
Christ.
swear to God, Mike, if you bring up the waifu pillow room again, we're gonna have a talk.
Who's at her? Like she was some kind of wild animal. Anyways.
We played Toss the
Offensive.
Fledgling and that still didn't stop him. Anyway, continue.
Please
Sorry.
continue. Different.
Like just because Zigzag's like now staring straight at her. It's like, look, I had some friends who just everyone had one pillow, which means there were no extra pillows for anybody else, which is fine.
So always have extra pillows. Okay, this is good information. Okay, thank you, Meg. I'll make sure.
You're welcome.
That way we won't overburden Helen and Troy with the pillows. So maybe like a 2-pillow ratio. Like that's doable.
Yeah, as long as you make sure
T.
everyone has at least one pillow, you should be good.
Will,
But
you
2
got
is a
T.
good number of pillows
T.
for each person.
You got T, Will. Is it good?
Well, it's gonna lick it up. Just a good tea.
No.
That should help with the feeling the empty in your tanks, as they say. I think.
Hey, Will.
Yeah.
Sorry I used you as a pipe cleaner without your consent. That was rude.
I
I'm
appreciate
sorry.
you apologizing. I forgive you. Heads up next time. We can work on some collaboration. It was a good idea. It was a good idea. We got the wand.
I didn't think you were gonna hold on the whole way. I thought you'd let go when I pulled. And it's really just a comedy of errors when you think about it.
A little. The scream just reminded me of something, and I kind of forgot where I was, and I guess I also forgot to let go.
Sometimes when you have got your mouth on that bone or stick or whatever, you just didn't.
What?
You weren't letting go. So.
What happens when your mouth is on the bone, Sim? Huh?
That's not what I'm.
I'm really confused on what we're talking about right now.
Just,
Can we not bite people's bones and then go through them? I don't like that we said next time, and I would like to clarify that makes me upset. Thank you for
I was
listening.
just commenting on Will's tenacity. It's extremely tenacious, and we appreciate it, Will.
You did really good, Will.
Mm-hmm.
That was... Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a nap, and Will's gonna do the dog thing of twirling around a few times until he lies down and just gonna take a nap. It's been a day.
But getting back to Rainbow Forest, I had also rolled for the Rainbow Forest as well.
Yes, and you can determine basically that similar to what Zigzag did. The Rainbow Forest is not without its dangers. Mm-hmm. There are hobgoblins that go there to harvest the roots for rituals, for wards, for various other for selling. And then there are guardians within the Rainbow Forest who protect those roots so that the trees do not get damaged. Well, they don't mind an offering being left and a root being taken. What they do mind is somebody coming and digging up a whole bunch of the roots and killing the trees. And so if you get too greedy, they will attack the guardians of the Rainbow Forest. Otherwise, you're relatively good in it is safe enough as long as you're not basically being a dick about it.
Okay.
So we don't be a dick to the trees and it'll be fine.
Basically.
Cool.
Yes. Do we happen to know the approximate location of the Rainbow Forest with respect to what the Every Which Way map has shown us?
With your rolls, you can determine that once you've left the Tilted Necropolis, you can head off. And of course, you'd have to actually use Find the Path for this one specifically, because you'd have to Find the Path. Essentially, is the one that it would allow you to manipulate the hedge to create a path to it. Or you'd have to go completely around the so you'd have to go through the necropolis and then around to get to the entrance, or you could create a path straight from the necropolis.
Pathfinder or Find the Path?
Damn it, it's Pathfinder.
Okay.
I always fuck up the name of that one.
Okay,
it's fine. That's what I mean.
Okay.
I do it every time. It's fine.
It's all good. So, okay, got it.
So between all of us, we could probably figure out a safe-ish way, since we're going the faster route, not the safe route this time.
Gotta be, yes. That's mainly what Sim wanted, to make sure that we are taking a faster route, but if we if we're we're just more careful about it, and the keep an eye out for what we've already been keeping an eye out for exactly too, like those 3, like the creatures with the extra eye, because we know we know we've caught the presence of, I think, 2 of them already, if I remember correctly.
I mean, it should get a little better once we're farther away from home.
You caught the presence of one of them.
One of them, okay, got it. But we also caught them. We also got them, but we don't. We know that more than likely their keeper has been alerted. So, okay. All right. So even though we're taking a fast path, we move carefully. We move and keep a close eye out. Everybody also, besides now, I can't use, since I've used the Every Which Way map recently, I don't have access for a 24-hour period to my first dot of those contracts. So Meg's gonna have to pick up that slap.
Yep, Meg does, and Old Greg does.
Yeah, and Zigzag has Pathfinder and Hide the Way.
Great.
And so does Sir Reginald.
Yeah. So between the lot of us, with our helping each other out, because Motley, I don't get. We can pretend I didn't do that, and we'll be fine.
So I'll have Sim, of course, be keeping a lookout, because he's got very good awareness to keep an eye out for things, and we'll deal with anything as it comes up. So, but yeah, he's going to lean back. Will's headed down to sleep. Everybody's kind of finished up their soup. Zigzag, I hope, is Sim's gonna be keeping an eye on him too. I don't know how those hallucinations, those audio hallucinations are doing, but
you would kind of know how they're doing, because you've seen it happen with Reed a few times, because Reed has the same derangement. So it seems like it's settling down as you guys start to head in and make yourselves comfortable.
Yeah, Zigzag starts humming along with the sad song as they curl up with the backpack and Old Greg, and kind of just try and find a spot to get comfy, and then just and it makes this really twinged sound when they try and hum, like an untuned guitar string.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rufus, are you going to take a look outside, settle down? Like I believe you usually do. Wasn't sure this time.
Yeah.
Yes, roll me your wits and awareness with your sensing, your smell ability, if you're remaining outside.
Oh no, did you almost fall asleep? So sorry, buddy. He can't fall asleep. He'll miss the story that we specifically do this for my dog, in case you guys weren't aware.
6 successes.
Nice.
6 successes. Okay. At the moment, everything seems clear. You sniff the air, you don't smell anything unusual, and you don't hear anything unusual. But as everyone falls asleep, we will go ahead and do endurances. And since Will was the first to lay down, Will.
Yes. Give me my daily dose of trauma.
You have a lot of your dreams are very similar. Running, hunting, jumping, wind in your fur, blood in your mouth, being on 4 legs. And of course, you are always hunting something, someone. It's always a person or a changeling. Every once in a while, but very rarely, it will be an errant hobgoblin that has escaped from its fey masters, and they've sent the master of the wild hunt after it. However, whatever you were hunting, whatever quarry you were trying to find, was not successful this time. And the pack go back empty-handed to the master of the wild hunt, who flies into a rage. And with those massive Clydesdale hooves, he starts kicking. Flames spark off his feet, and it burns as your bones break and collapse, your rib cage caving in under the weight and power of the master's assault. Your fur burns off every blow until it's down to skin, which starts to burn and smoke. And after a bit, you stand up. Body still slightly broken. Because there's another hunt, and you don't get to rest. So you take off. And you can hear the creaking and clacking of your bones as they grind together, and the pain, but you know that if you don't push forward, that he'll just do it again and again and again. So you push past the pain, and you wake up, and everything aches, and it's too hot in this room. It feels like fire, and you're used to summer, and you have the ability to resist the heat. So after a little bit, that feeling fades, the hot fades. You dream. And they're always terrible. You are standing in front of a wall in which you've been told to paint. But none of the things on your palette are actual paints. But they are parts and you are told to make the wall into one of the masterpieces that you are familiar with. You have metal that you have forged, that you are affixing to various places to frame what each of these quote-unquote paintings, which will fill the entire wall in a mosaic, are supposed to be. And each item you have that is supposed to pass for your medium are various shades of red and white with some splashes of color of whatever questionable place it came from, that it is now blue or purple. And you paint, and it is horrific. And even as you want to stop, you're doing a really good job. It would be so beautiful if it wasn't so awful. It would be something that you could be proud of, but you can't feel pride in how this thing was made. But you step back and you get praised because it is beautiful. And yet a part of you dies a little inside. Because if he's happy, it means that you have done something so incredibly wrong. And you wake up feeling both accomplished and disgusted with yourself.
There's be like a brief moment where after he wakes up, he's like eyes still closed, but he'll have his hand positioned like he's holding that palette and look like he's finishing doing an invisible brush stroke of sort or placement of something. This will just collapse and just be gripping at them. He'll just be folding them with each other anxiously, but also kind of like excitedly. He's being praised, but he's also feeling horrible about it.
Zigzag.
Mm-hmm.
You are also creating something because you're so good at it. You're a visionary. They bring you people and you look at them and you can just see exactly where they're going to fit into your keeper's domain. Exactly what they need to be to make everything function, to make everything perfect. And you see this individual not for who they are, not the screaming, horrified human being, but the potential that you can make them to be. And they're going to be so beautiful when you're done with them. They're going to fit in so incredibly well because you're so good at what you do. So you take your tools and you start to fold bones. You start to add metal. You start to shape flesh to create them into, this person's going to be a Ferris, so there's some readjusting of cheekbones and making eyes wider. They have to look kind of doll-like. You paint their flesh, and the paint sits like a tattoo, burning in, and you've tuned out the screams. You basically don't hear them anymore because it doesn't matter, because they're eventually going to like it here.
It's home.
And you're doing such beautiful work. It's home. And so you finish, and you feel accomplished. There is a lot less disgust with what you did. It's there a little bit. You're not a monster, but you also take so much pride in your work.
They're perfect now.
You wake up saying that out into the ether,
Oh yeah.
into the room where everyone gets to hear it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they're perfect. Hey, Greg.
We don't know this, but Sim is feeling super attacked by that dream too.
Will's still holding his ribs.
My changelings were better.
Oops.
Hurt my own feelings.
Okay. Your dream. Your dream, which you know is not a dream because it's different this time. You're not looking at an arena anymore. You're in a room. That room has 2 occupants. The Marquis of Eyes and one of your sisters. Someone you fought alongside. Someone you care for deeply. Her one eye gazes at yours. And the Marquis laughs and says, "You're not free. You think you're free. You think you've gotten away. You think that by killing my servant that you have somehow prevented me from getting to you? Well, do you remember? Or have you forgotten? You should return home before more of your friends have to be punished for your transgressions." And he reaches into her chest and he crushes her heart and she slumps forward, her only eye staring at nothing but the wall. And he says, "Let this be a lesson to you. One that I know you know well. One that you should never forget. You will never be free of me." And your dream ends.
I think in that. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. My screen still has the mute icon over me. Anyway, I think with that, as Rufus rouses himself in one fluid motion, just puts his arm out this wall of this little fort and just rips the whole wall off by accident.
What?
Oh no.
We lost Rufus. Got so mad that our internet keeps crashing. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, for some reason, your video just pops up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's we have an issue. It's gonna resolve itself soon.
Yeah.
Have you made a
I don't
sacrifice
know.
to the internet lords today?
I don't know how much you guys heard, but I think basically what's going on with Rufus is as he rouses himself and gets up, he sort of just lashes out with one arm and puts it through the wall of this little fort and then just tears it back off and just the whole wall just kind of around his arm.
Damn.
Yeah, no, Zigzag's grabbing old Greg and flinging themselves a little bit backwards, which, given how we laid last time, I'm so sorry, Will.
Sim wasn't expecting the instant remodel, so.
Megan sat bolt upright and is like, "What happened?"
Are we getting attacked?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is this one of those what it was safe word? What's the safe word? What do we? Are you okay?
It's time to go home.
I would panic bark, but everything hurts.
Do you need me to breathe on it?
I could use some help. Are you okay, Rufus? Also, cool new hole.
Oh, we're gonna go. Let's go home. I'll breathe on you, and we'll have milk.
Okay. So we'll get up
Sim,
and
are
start
you
getting
okay?
things back. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sim will be like, yeah. I'm good. I'm good for right now. Rufus is right. Let's get home.
It's time to go home.
Yeah. This place.
Yeah.
Sim's gonna get things backed up. Help get some breakfast around to everybody. And yes, does actually, along with Zigzag, does anyone need some healing? Sim also does have soothing balm that he is able to use.
But Will, from our previous excursion, is pretty messed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apply the soothing balm, and Zigzag can breathe on you. So you're gonna get rubbed down and breathed on.
And we replenished our glamour last night.
Yes.
So no messies, resolve, survival, and my mantle.
Oh, gotcha. It's 2 glamour checks.
Okay.
Good
So
on
yeah,
one, good on the other. Both
Okay, that's cocked.
medicine and weep.
4 successes for breathing on Will's ribs. That's a sentence.
That'll take away 2 superficial damage.
Nice. Okay, so. Oh wow. Okay. 7. Okay. 7 single crit. No messies. For soothing balm. So basically, Will, you get a very healing massage from Sim.
That'll take away 5 superficial, and if you have an ag, it'll also take away an ag.
Delightful. At some point in time during it, you'll see Will's leg start to really kick up storm.
Yep.
Okay,
Will be able to recover any willpower.
Yes, you have all your willpower back from your sleep, as long as you weren't in aggravated willpower damage. Then you have to do something different.
No.
Work for it.
Alright, we're ready to get back into more shenanigans.
Let's make more bad choices.
Let's make sure that the pipe cleaner maneuver is not needed as much, but Sim is going to double check their equipment and also just to make sure not take it out or mess with it or anything, but make sure that the wand is still secure. It's good. And then we'll be ready to go.
So, map. We need to get a little bit of a different route after the one place, right? So we can get to the rainbow trees.
Yep.
And if we do it really fast, we Will, you could dig while we pull roots, and then 20 minutes tops in and out.
Yeah, I can dig.
And I think we got some stuff we can definitely leave as offerings for the trees to help soothe over any situation there. So
Just don't be a greedy asshole like the dude 2 stalls down says. Actually, people call him a greedy asshole. But that's a whole other situation. Rufus, are your knuckles okay?
Rufus is just gonna just walk off through the hole that they made in the wall.
Hey, Sam, I have a question.
Yeah.
So people usually say they're fine, but then their body language and attitude says something different. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yes. In
Okay.
so much as yes, Rufus is saying they're fine, but I think Meg
Has wandered off after Rufus.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. I was
Codependency.
basically just about to go. Meg, I think you should talk. Yeah, there she goes.
Perfect.
Okay, that's.
Can she read minds?
No, I'm just a really good wingman. It was my first time.
You're a pilot?
Is that where that phrase comes from? Because taking off? That makes sense. I always wonder why it was called a wingman. Huh. Anyway, we should get going. Oh, Greg, wake up.
See,
I'm awake, y'all. You're
part.
so loud. My poor old ears.
You don't have ears. You're my
Put some
silly.
moss
How the hell do I hear you then?
Put some moss.
I'm pretty
over
sure it's reverberation in your gills.
Well, y'all motherfuckers is loud.
There's no need for that kind of
there.
language, Greg.
Greg in his backpack.
I need my beauty sleep.
You're already pretty, but you're gonna want to adjust your beard.
Do you think I'm pretty?
That's what you got out of that, not just like have some self-worth on the inside, buddy. That's what the instructional video said.
I'm offended.
Just no old Greg and Zigzag in tandem.
I'm sure if I was a tree, he'd really grow on me.
He would.
Why are we making jokes at my expense? First you wake me up from a sound sleep, I'm old, and then you make fun of me.
We are making those jokes in good spirits, Greg.
He just woke up. Maybe we should give
I'll
him
take
a little
candy as a bribe.
All I have is one of Will's snacks, and I'll throw it at Greg.
Take it and eat it.
Will looks at Sim with utter betrayal.
And he'll throw us- Oh, did you pull out the sad dog eyes? Because yes, you get 2 snacks.
Oh yes, that might as well you.
Snatched right out of the air. Just like yeah, it's like that dog when you see the cheese poured on and he's just like So alright.
So yep, Zigzag's gonna get old Greg.
They didn't mean it, buddy. I mean, they probably did, but like they wouldn't do it if they didn't like you.
And like full on like 2 steps at a time trying to catch up to Rufus.
Yep.
Because
Meg kind of ran.
yeah.
Yep. So Will's so
We
Simon
have the map.
yeah, Sim's got the map out and we're going and he's making some notes separately off of the map, but looking at the every which way map as we're headed out.
And the map, of course, takes you in this case, it's going to be the quickest route. So it is the quickest way to get to the Wildwood, which is, again, faster to get out of the hedge than the way you came in.
Mm-hmm.
Old Greg is going to make a roll for y'all.
Let me know when you want me to roll for keeping an eye on things too.
Oh,
Because other folks are using their hedge contracts. Will
Yep.
can also keep an eye out too, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good at keeping an eye out. Shall I make a roll for keeping eyes out?
Yep. Wits and awareness.
Right.
Damn, Greg.
Are we at the back
Good job,
again?
buddy.
Doing the
Yeah.
Okay. What's an awareness?
All right. So, Meg has caught up with Rufus. The rest of the team is trucking right along. I'm going to make a roll real fast. Another one. This is not for... Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, no.
Oh no, indeed.
Oh no.
All right. What was Sim's wits and awareness?
Total of 5 successes.
Total of 5? That's
Yeah.
how much. So you and Will see this at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You're almost to the Wildwoods. You've been trucking right along. And unfortunately, I've rolled a couple times
Mm-hmm.
for this particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And through the hedge, you see this sickly green light glowing.
Mm.
And you catch the eyes of a half-rotted hound
Mm.
as it stalks you through the bushes. You can hear the chain dragging a little bit. It's trying to be quiet. That's what that 3 was for.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't quiet enough. But you do know this is a hound of the hunt.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is following you.
Mm. Okay.
Will, immediately seeing this, are we all grouped up together, or are Sim and Will lagging behind?
You guys are not lagging behind because Zigzag is at the back. You would be kind of towards the middle. Probably have kind of tried to catch up with Rufus since Sim has the map.
Yeah, Rufus and Meg are, I'm assuming, is
Meg.
a little ways in front of us.
Yes, and Meg is really good at navigating the hedge and had looked at the map with you, so she has a rough idea of where she's going just due to her abilities and her hedge travel. She's basically able to lead without having to stare at the map the whole time because she looked at it a whole bunch with you the night before.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Will is going to immediately shout, "We need to run now. No. We need to go, go. And, is going to, hot potato Zigzag to Rufus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay.
How is our initial
Hey, Rufus.
surroundings?
You have a zigzag being thrown at you. Yeah. So we're running.
We're not getting audio. I'm not
Your
getting audio.
Yeah,
is
your audio cut
gone.
out again, fortunately. Yep. Still no. Still no. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Okay. Sim is going to call up a smoke screen, essentially,
Okay.
with smoke them out and do the rouse or the glamour check for that.
Plugged in the computer.
Okay.
And I lose a glamour.
Okay. Sim is doing a smoke screen. Will is going to use throw the scent. And I'm going to roll some dice.
Okay.
Okay, we lose some glamour.
And lost a glamour too.
Mm-hmm. But
let me make my weird manipulation roll.
Still nothing.
we're gonna burn a willpower just to be certain. All right, 5 successes and 3%. Oh god, it's my old boss. I'm not a fan.
To expend 1 willpower. Oh, that's much nicer. 1, 2, 5 successes on the smoke 'em out roll.
Perfect.
Did anybody point out what we were running from, or did we just get told to run?
Will mentioned to run. Sim will follow up since Sim also saw it at the same time. Sim will follow up with. We have a dog of the wild trail, or hound of the wild hunt.
Zigzag is gonna kind of try and look for it because I have to see it for it to be affected by the contract.
All right. So as you're being yeeted through the sky towards Rufus, go ahead and roll me a wits and awareness.
You can see if you can see.
And
it
I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, like you get a -1 dice as you are being trucked by Will, who's basically just like, we're leaving.
There's a fall out like a rugby toss.
Drop that die. 3. That one's cocked. 3.
No, you cannot see it.
Why are we running?
Hound of the wild
Just-
hunt. Hound.
Why are we running?
The hunt. We gotta go.
And we're moving as fast as we can.
Yep, you start to bolt. And it seems, I'm going to let you know right now, it seems fairly successful. You start to just full tilt down the road. Rufus has caught Zigzag and is going. Meg is also running. She sees that Sim has thrown up the smoke screen. She's not going to double up on it because it's not going to do any good. So you guys go.
Mm-hmm.
And you come to a stop pretty much as soon as the hedge thins out, as it does when you're getting to an area that is a location within the hedge.
Mm-hmm.
You see the brambles peel back into this tangled forest, straight out of like those mythology books, those fairy legends. The trees' branches are growing around each other in these twining patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Thick with leaves and black bark. The canopy is thick. Now the light does stream through, but it has that green filter to it because all the trees are linked basically arm in arm, if you could call their branches that, completely around each other as they spread upwards. And this whole area has that just green hue to it. As the sun comes down through the leaves. Every once in a while, a small shaft, just a pinpoint of sunlight, also makes its way through where a tiny pinprick of a gap is.
Okay. And so we're heading into this, and it's looking like we're stopped by this. There's no trail through that we would.
Oh, there's a trail through it. You can see the trail like
Mm-hmm.
in front of you. It's that kind of trail where it's almost like looking down a long tunnel.
Mm.
Like the trees form this tunnel, this archway.
Got it.
So you it does seem like it's kind of a straight shot through, but you can't tell because of the nature of this place. It seems like it goes on forever, like looking in those funhouse mirrors that just kind of reflect each other. Like it looks like it doesn't stop. You cannot see the other side. So if the path turns or twists or winds or ends, you cannot tell where or when.
Okay. And as far as we can tell, this is in the direction of where we should be going anyway. It's not diverging from...
Mhm.
Okay.
No. This is, you basically ran straight into the wildwood, though you've come to a stop. Now looking behind you, you do not see the Hound of the Hunt, because it did not roll high enough to find the trail, and your smoke screen distracted it enough that it lost sight of you.
Okay. Well, if this appears to the best of our determination that this is where we're supposed to go through, what other choice do we have? We don't see any. There's no other ways around. There's no other...
When you reach a spot in the hedge like this, there is no other way around. You can back up, and Meg can use Find the Path, and you can try to go around, but you will be diverging from what the Every Which Way tells you, which means you run into the chance of getting lost.
Exactly.
Now, again, with all of the contracts that a lot of people possess, that chance is very slim, but it does exist if you go off of if you diverge from the map itself.
No problem. Then we're gonna forge ahead on this trail. So.
Okay. You push forward. And I need a wits and awareness from everybody.
Yep.
And I will do one for
keeping an
Meg
eye out,
as
yeah.
well. Meg's wits and awareness is so fucking high.
I cannot wait until there's official Changeling dice on this bot.
I really want there to be official Changeling dice on this bot.
Are they still battling with their microphone setup?
We're not going to have a Rufus for the rest of the evening.
Oh no.
So, four successes.
Five from Will.
5 again from Will. I'm sorry, 5 again from Sim.
5 again from Will.
Yeah, become 1.
Okay. You start heading into the wildwood. And it's eerie. It's eerie, the way that it is. It just is. It's quiet. It's such a lush and green area. You know, usually, at least in the mortal world, you hear the sounds of birds or crickets or creatures rustling, and you don't hear that here. And you start to walk forward, and none of you saw it, and I'm so sorry. Who's in the front of the line?
Oh, it's probably going to be Will because he's the tankiest right now.
Yeah. I think Will and Zigzag and Rufus. Yeah. Cause
You walk
Will and Rufus
forward.
are fastest.
Uh-huh. You walk forward. Zigzag, you're on Rufus's shoulders. And all three of you, as a consequence of being on Rufus's shoulders, end up getting stuck. You cannot. you come up against something and you can't see what it is, but you can feel it, and it's sticky and it's ropey. You get lodged in place, not enough that you can't move, but moving seems to not do anything. Though you can feel as you do, if you do try to struggle out of it, vibrations going up through whatever's holding you.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Is the sticky substance an object or a living thing?
It's an object that comes out of a living thing.
Object that comes out of a living thing. We're just gonna ask it to let us go, and by that we're gonna. Yeah, that's a clarity check. We can have it let us go, but if it goes bad, it goes bad.
I'm going to tell you, I'm actually going to have to roll for this based on the creature it came out of, because it would obey its commands over Zigzag, so it is an opposed roll because this thing obeys the commands of something else. And I apologize for how high this roll is. I do, but you have a Rufus most of the time. So once you either get free or this is revealed is probably where we will stop. So we have a Rufus for this because we'll need a Rufus.
Yeah, we will.
Yes.
This.
Would this count as a physical chain that binds us?
It would count as an actual physical chain. I mean, it's definitely halting your progress, and it's wrapped around you.
Would unbind the chain worked here?
Would unbind the chain?
Yeah.
You can, I'll let you attempt it. Again, you will be against whatever this thing, god damn it, rolls.
That's a decent roll.
Oh,
I kept my
Jesus.
clarity. I kept my clarity. Alright, cool.
You have a Rufus. There is a reason this is so high.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Not next week, because next week is Gen Con.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do. So here is the check for the glamour to use the power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we lose a glamour point, and we're also gonna roll some extra weird here. Let's get some extra dice in here.
Oh.
Okay, we lose another one.
Oh, no.
The dice don't like you very much, do they?
Nope.
No willpower to maybe get rid of that, because we don't need that. Oh, god damn it.
Reroll failures. 7. Rats.
Okay,
It's a critical
4,
2.
5, 7. 9 successes with a messy.
Jesus.
Okay. So here's what happens. With the messy, instead of having you act on a derangement, what I am going to have it do instead is, in Zigzag's panic, Zigzag frees himself. Now, he assists Will and Rufus, and this is going to be a strength check. I will allow you a strength check to get free of it, or a dexterity and athletics. Strength and brawl, or dexterity and athletics to get out. But Zigzag, you free yourself. Yes, you basically, it unstickies on you specifically, because we're going to go the messy critical is you basically just went, fuck, get me out of here.
Mhm.
And it did. It got you out of there.
I've left my motley behind, and that's unacceptable.
You're still on Rufus's shoulders.
Oh, okay.
You just it's unstuck you. Like the sticky is
Perfect.
gone from your section of this. It's a web, by the way. This is a
I know.
gigantic spider web. Yeah, okay.
No, that's
So like a Shelob looking motherfucker,
wonderful.
which is perfectly blended in, starts to descend. So I'm gonna have Will roll. That's strength, dexterity, and athletics.
Okay.
Go Wilbo Baggins. Here we go.
The weird that I rolled for by the chain
Are
because
we
it
Wilbo and the
requires
Baggins?
skills.
Is that our motley name?
Would that
Sorry,
tell
what was that, Keenan?
because so I rolled weird last roll.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, you
it's
can keep it for this one.
that's cool. I can keep it? Okay, excellent.
I'm gonna help you out with this because we unfortunately dropped the person I imagined would have snapped these spider webs really easily, and so unfortunately,
Oh, we'll burn another willpower. Oh god, we need to. Critical 8.
critical 8.
Nice.
Okay. Now you're not going off the score from before. That was for your actual abilities.
Yes,
That actually breaks through the web as this massive spider starts coming on down towards you because it's caught something. And unfortunately, because we don't have a Rufus and this is going to be a combat, we will have to call it here because, quite frankly, this thing is built to be a little bit tough because you do have an ogre in your party. So
We will have a Rufus and a new headset next time.
But yes, thank you for joining us for the session that we had. Thank you very much, Milo, for the story. And as mentioned just a little bit ago, yes, there will be no stream next Friday because we will be at Gen Con.
Yeah.
yeah, we did it kind of. Hooray!
We did it kinda. One day we won't have Lasombra issues.
No, I will always
one
have
day this will be a professional stream. Today is not that day. nor will be the next stream. Or the
That's a
stream
lot
after
of pressure.
It's a lot.
I feel a lot of pressure being put on me.
Well, amateur.
Anyways,
Stop
thank
messing
you all
up with
for
the tick.
joining
Anyway,
us.
we kinda did it.
Kinda did it.
Thank you all for
Kinda
joining
did
us.
it.
Yes, hearts.
Thank you, Hearts. We make them dance, and
Hearts for the
welcome
dance.
Welcome to the collective.
Welcome
We'll
to the
never do that
collective.
on
Welcome
time
to the collective.
ever. We're bad at it.
Have yourselves
One day,
time zone
one day
where
that'll
you
be
are.
synchronized.
We make them dance.